Howdy, Possum Patty here, and had some fun play today. So if you want to see what I've been up to, come on along. Let's start with this morning's activities, and today was the Sunday Flea Market. And even though we've had 5 inches of rain in the last couple of days, this morning was not too bad, a little foggy. They said the sun would come out eventually, and it did. So we went over to the flea market, had a nice walk around. I just love looking at all the old antiques and things. I did find something I was looking for, and that always amazes Mr. Possum. I didn't buy any paper this week. I didn't buy any fabric this week. Yeah. Oh, I haven't showed you my fabric yet, but I'll do that. So let me start with this. Okay. So one gentleman had these vintage sewing items, and I love the graphics on these. So this is an old one from a gas station, Esso. And look at that graphic in there with the scissors and the thread. Most of the needles are missing. There are a few in here though. And I love how they used to put these foil patches in there with the needles on them. I don't know if there's a date. This is made in Japan, it says. But I love that, Esso. And then he had these old snap-on fasteners. And then some of them were older than this. You can tell by the packaging and also the prices on there how old they are. So I'm sure this one's older. And I believe I already got a few of these cards with the snaps. It shows you on the back how to sew them on. But I'm saving these for like a vintage sewing style journal. It might be about sewing. I'm not sure. I'm just collecting up some stuff. And I love the old buttons on the cards. And these are usually very expensive to get when they have the card that the button came on. These are like fasteners. It's like the eyes and the loops. So you've got the little eyes there and the little loops to put a fastener on something. 25 cents, so you know that's old. And this is another Clinton brand, brass rust-proof guarded coils, polished points, 10 pins, 15 cents. You get 10 little pins here. Made in the USA. Vintage card there. And, oh, I got 2 of these. Yeah, this one might be older than that one. Hooks and eyes and loops. Hooks and eyes and loops. You can see how they fasten together there. And then, I don't think this one is too old. But it is a Wright's applique. Beautiful red hearts. So anyway, so you had a basket of stuff, and I tried to pick out the pieces that had, you know, the best packaging, because that's what I was interested in, to put these in a journal somehow. I'm not real sure how I'm going to do it yet, but I'll figure out a way. And I know you're waiting for the price. Each one of these cost me 25 cents. And I know sometimes with these vintage sewing cards, they want to charge you like $1 or $2 for each one. So for 25 cents, I picked up a few of these. I love the packaging on this Clinton one and the buttons. So these are all 25 cents each. So it came out to $1.75. So then I said, oh, let me throw in one more. So I got the heart. So $2 for the vintage sewing items, $2. And I came across a vendor that had these cards, and it says 24 assorted gift cards and envelopes created from rare ephemera images. And I just thought these were so sweet, so adorable. Look at the face. And it's all like a die cut, but they're cards. Punch Studio, Culver City, California. Made in Chicago, but I don't know if there is a date on this or not. Originally $6.95. And there's a bouquet of flowers and a basket of flowers. These are all like vintage images, but done over in these cards. Oops. And butterflies pulling a carriage, like a chariot of roses. Up in the clouds, actually, isn't it? Yeah. Look at this one. To the one I love. Isn't that gorgeous? To the one I love. And look at the teacup with the kitties. Ah, beautiful. And the white doves with the umbrella. Ooh, I can use this for my rainy day page. I might just put that one over there for now. Beautiful basket of daisies. Ooh, I need this one too for my daisy page. Oh my gosh. And look at the little children having a party. Gorgeous. They're all blank inside. Beautiful butterfly on a rose. Oh, sweet kitty with some roses. A little baby buggy with a pink bow. A little baby buggy with a blue bow. That's my bird clock. The mourning dove clock. Beautiful hibiscus maybe. A tropical bird. This one says happy birthday. Oh, look at this one. It's a pocketbook, oh, with roses. And this one is like a postcard, thinking of you. And another thinking of you with some, I don't know, bluebells or something. What those are. Oh, look at this sweet one with the cake. Happy birthday. And these puppies. And a happy birthday. Oh man, this is gorgeous. Look at this. With the fan. And the tropical parrots. Oh my goodness, that is gorgeous. And there's more. And a ship. And I think all the envelopes are here. Oh, this one has gold. Oh, they all do. They all have a gold lining on it. And I believe, let's see, I've got 2 over there. 3, 4, 5, 6.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20,
21, 22, 23, 24. So they are all there. The whole set is there. All 24 cards in perfect shape. The original price was $6.95. Flea market price was $4. I bargained her down to $3. So I got all 24 cards for $3. And I am very happy with that purchase. And it's so hard to get them back in the box, so I will just put them over there. And I thought this was precious. Oh, Christmas tree snow cones. And it's a little Christmas cabinet. And I don't know, all of a sudden I'm like collecting these miniatures. It says Dollar Tree Distributors, Chesapeake, Virginia, but I've never seen anything like this at my Dollar Tree. It's just a very nice wooden cabinet, decorated. So I don't know what store it's from, but the vendor who had this also had this baker's rack. And I love this. I love this. And I thought this might work well to keep some journals on for the fairies. So I haven't tried these yet, but I do have, let's see, this is Angela Rose's Daisy Castle journal. So let's see if it'll fit. The castle's a little tall, but it just may fit in there. Let's see. Yes, it does. Oh, that one fits in sideways. And then I have her slow stitch journal. We'll put that there. And then I have Pixies and Lulu Ladybug's little slow stitch journals. And they're kind of tiny, so they can go right up at the top of there. Because you know, Possum Patty's got her junk journal with all her junk journals on display. And so, you know, the fairies, they wanted one too. Well, they fit on that rack pretty nicely. I don't know if I'll be able to get anything else in there. I could make this a little bit smaller. I could trim it down just a touch so I can get it in there like that. And put a few more journals there. And then we've got this little Christmas cabinet. And what I can do is make sure that they have a couple of journals that fit the size for this cabinet. So they can do their December daily journaling and put them in there. So I thought that was super fun. So those were $4 each, which I thought, well, that's not too bad. And then I came home and I was going to do some journaling about health and talk about health journaling for a little bit. But the sky cleared up. You know, it was a little foggy this morning and the sky was blue and the sun was shining and it was a little bit warm. And I was like, I'm just going to go outside and walk around the yard. And I took some pictures of the ferns and they're changing colors. And there were some blue asters. And there were some little white asters which were full of pollinators. The bees and the pollinators were just so busy buzzing around on the flowers today. Like I said, we had rain and rain and rain. And I guess they haven't been able to get out and get any food lately. And let's see. Oh, I have daisies that bloom in October. And they have just started blooming. The first few daisies are out. And it was just lovely walking around the yard in the sun. And I'm like, you know what? I really don't want to go inside. So I came in the house and I grabbed a few things and I went back outside to the picnic table. And because the ferns are changing colors, I'm thinking, okay, they're ready to, you know, end this year's life cycle and go to sleep until the spring. Most of the ferns at Soggy Bottom are annuals, so they will completely disappear very shortly. And I thought, well, if I'm going to do some fern printing, I better get out there very, very quickly and get some printing done. So I went out with my gel plate and some paint and cut some, I cut some goldenrod and some ferns and some blackberry leaves, and I picked a few birch leaves up off the ground. And I didn't do a whole lot of printing, but I did a little bit. And let me show you. Oh, so I was watching Helen at Moss Cottage. And she was showing how she does her fern printing and her blackberry leaf printing to get a lot of details on the plants. So what you do is you lay down your paint with your roller on the gel plate. I did take my phone outside with me to record a little bit of what was going on. Here you can see I am putting some yellow paint down on the gel plate. You put your fern down, put your paper on top of the fern, press it nicely. And now I'm going to place the fern carefully down on the plate. Grab a piece of paper and place that on top. Give it a nice little massage there. Try to get some detail. And then you hold one corner of the paper and carefully lift the paper, not removing it completely from the page. And then you take away the fern. Now I'm going to pull the paper up carefully, holding the edge with my finger, and remove the fern. And then you put the paper back down and you rub it again. And this time when you lift it, you will have the print of the fern. So the first time you lift it, but don't take it all the way off, you'll see the white space. So that's why you pick up the fern and you take it off. And when you put the paper down again, press it and then lift it, you should get some detail from inside the leaf, like the veins and the spores and things like that. Give it a little massage again. Carefully lift it up all the way off this time, and you can see that I've got some detail from inside the fern there. So I did a couple of those, and then I did a couple with a couple pieces of goldenrod. And now I'm going to put some pink on top of the yellow, and you're going to see how it turns into a yum yum orange here. Sometimes you have to remove a little bit of plant material from the roller or the gel plate. And I'm just going to wipe off my roller a little bit off camera there. Place it down and grab, let's see what I'm going to use this time. And grab a leaf in a fern and a little piece of goldenrod. I'm going to change my mind here before I put the paper down and break off a piece of the goldenrod and just place it down in the corner. Put the paper on top and give it a little bit of a massage. Try to get all those little details. I want to get the paint around, around the leaves and flower buds, things like that. Now I'm checking. I'm going to hold the corner with my finger and pull off the plant material. And then lay it back down. This time I'm grabbing my roller. Sometimes I do this and sometimes I don't. Press it down. And then I'm going to pull it all the way off. And you can see how the pink and yellow make a yum yum orange here. And this one has lots of detail inside the plants. Let me show you. Some of them came out really nicely. Some of them were like, yeah, okay. I mean, I love the prints, but I'm talking about the details. Some of them I got really good details, and some of them I didn't. But that doesn't matter. They're all fun. I love them all. I'm going to use them all. And let's just start with this one. So I think this might have been a pink. It looks like pink is underneath, but there wasn't a lot of detail or anything, so I decided to do a yellow on top of it. And I got some green on there. But you can see the detail on the little leaves there. That part did come out good. And I decided not to fill up. There's like a faint fern there, but I decided not to fill the whole paper up because I could do some journaling there and just have that pink fern. I know, pink. Possum pink is for any season, though. You can use pink at Christmas. You can use pink in the spring or in the summer or even in the fall. Any season is possum pink season. Now this one, I put a couple of different things on here. So here you can see the birch leaf and the fern in the middle. and then a little bit of goldenrod over here. And I think I used pink and then yellow on this one to make it very orangey. Pink and yellow make a nice orange. So these have a few layers on them. Now this one only has one layer, but you can really see the detail in the ferns and all those little dots. Those are the spores. You can see all the spores, which are like so tiny, but they came out in the print. So I didn't want to print over this one again because, oh my gosh, to have such a detail, I love it. And this sort of phthalo green and goldish or bronzish colors, one of my fave mixes. And I kind of like it with the little white bits. You know, sometimes it's completely coated in colors, and other times you can see a little bit of the paper coming through. I like it both ways. I like it both ways. Here's another one that went through several layers, as you can see. And the last layer, see, it doesn't have this detail. See, this one, I can actually see the round spores on the tiny leaves there. And this one doesn't have quite the amount of detail as that one. But I do love the luscious layers. You can see some yellows, some blues, some greens, some pink. All that to me makes that yummy. So two completely different kind of prints, but I love them both. Oh, and this one's completely different too. You know, and it depends which side of the fern you put down, because if you put the side down that has the spores, so when you're looking at your ferns, look for all the little round dots on the back, and you want to put that down into the paint, and then you'll get that detail there. And here's another one, again with the yellow. It's very light, but I can see detail there. And I love the way when I pulled it, it picked up all the orange crusty bits. Gave it a little extra color here and there. So again, just very different, very different. Okay, here's one that's kind of like this one, but I was trying it with a little bit more paint on the gel plate. And actually, if you get too much paint, you are going to lose some of the detail because you're just going to get a lot of globs. But I'm loving how shiny this one is. So again, very different than this one, even though it's the same paint. But yet I love them both. These are trimming up while I was waiting for some other to dry just by ripping off the paper. Now this paper is a sketch pad. It's just sketch paper, like 65-pound sketch paper. That's all that is. And I just ripped it in half so it was more the size of the gel plate. So I'll just rip off the white from that one. Let's see what else we got here. That might be it. Let's see. That might be it for the ferns. Okay. Okay, let's look at some of the leaves. Now, this one has many, 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 many layers on it, but yet you can still see some white showing through. And I know it's hard to see, but there are leaves in there. You can see that, like the outline there. Here's a little oak leaf there. You can see the main vein there and the little veins. So it's like I did it, but it was kind of blasé, and I did it again. And, you know, sometimes you can just work up some layers where the colors are just so deep and rich, and like you can see yellow under the pink and green under that pink, but yet there's a little white there. And I love this kind of gel plate printing where you just get luscious layers and layers and layers. So this is one of my fave pieces from today. These are birch leaves. These are blackberry leaves, and again, just like this one, I just did a very light layer of the paint and then pulled the paper up, put the leaves, put the paper down again, and you can see all the tiny, tiny details in the leaves. And Helen was using blackberry leaves too, and she was saying how she loved it. And I have them all over the yard, so I said, oh, let me try those. But they do make excellent prints. So I love that one. So different than that. So different. Love them both. Love them both. And then I tried the blackberry leaves. I got a little too much paint on the gel plate here. And when I pulled up the paper and took the leaves off and put it down, I moved it a little bit. And that's why it's off a little bit. But then again, I do like the little white bits coming through. It's like some light shining through the paper. I like that. But you can see the detail there. And this one, it just came out very, very light. And when I pulled it, it took off the crusty bits, which I love. And I was going to put another layer on this one, maybe. I might do something else to this one. Or I might stencil or something on top of it. We'll see. Maybe when some more leaves come down, I'll go outside and maybe get in one last gel plate session outdoors. Well, my first pull with the goldenrod, I love it. I just love it, love it, love it. I did a very light yellow one, and then I decided to put some phthalo green on top. And it was bigger, but it was very black. The yellow and the phthalo green kind of made it black. And I just ripped it because I wanted to see how it would look like a piece of ephemera without the black on it, because the black was kind of dark. And I wanted to see how that yellow was going to pop out without that big black background. So if I put it in a journal, yeah, see how nice? Look at that. Having a different color around it, but you can see the lines and the stems, and you can see the little flowers up there. I love this one. Love, love, love. And this was a little piece of that, had a little bit of buds down here. And these are some more tries with the flowers. Now this one came out excellent. You can see the flowers up here, and you can see the veins and the leaves. Not a lot of paint on this one, but yet it's a mix of yellow and pink, I believe, to get this orangey. Some green. I wasn't cleaning off the gel plate. Just doing and doing and doing. So there's multiple colors in some of these, but I love this one. This one just came out like perfect. The flowers, it's like, this is like an eco print. And again, I'm putting the paint, the flower, holding the corner, lifting the paper up, taking off the flower, putting it back down, and pressing to get that detail. I love, 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 love this one. So I tried this one, and the flowers didn't come out as nicely on this. The leaves are fine, and the details here, some of the details, a little blobby at the top, and I don't know why, but I love the background on this one. I just love the little blue and green popping through, the yellow and the pink, which make an orange there. So definitely, yeah, I love that one too. Both are very different. I love them both for their uniqueness. And this one is something like this one, but you can see more of the pink, and I kind of like that too. The leaves are coming out really nicely, and on this one you can almost see the little flower details. There's a lot of white there, but I think overall I kind of like this one too. Different, again, different. They all have their unique personality. And then this one... Now we're getting into the last three. So I had a few that I did, and you know, either I had too much paint and the flowers came out real blobby or too light, or like you really couldn't see anything. So I'm like, let's just put in a couple more layers on there and see what happens. So I think the first layer was pink, and then the second layer was the green, the phthalo green, and the sort of goldish color. And then it was just, oh, you could see a little bit of fern poking up there. I don't know, it was just too blobby or something. And I'm like, oh, okay, put some yellow paint on there, put down another flower. I mean, well, you can't ruin these things, right? Pull it off, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Look at the colors, the richness. Got little bits of plant on there with the green and the yellow and the pink, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And you could see the details of the flowers, you could see the veins and the leaves, but yet there's so many layers there. I'm like, I love that. I just love the luscious layers of the gel plate when you could just keep going. Just keep going. And so I did the same thing with these two, and they were very, very light and not much going on, but I can see I had some pink and some yellow. And so I decided to do blue. This is like a dark blue, maybe kind of like a navy blue, ultramarine or something, I guess it is. And I put down 2 pieces of goldenrod on the blue, pulled them off, printed them again, and you could see the detail on this one, plus little pieces of the plant there. The little flowers and the little buds and the leaves. Now the background is very dark, but yet if you look at it, you can see pink and a bright blue there and some green showing through. And I love the orange that the pink and yellow give you. Now the pink was just Crafter's Square from the Dollar Tree, just a bottle of pink, cheap paint. And the yellow was a Liquitex Heavy Body Yellow. And I think the blue is like ultramarine Liquitex or something like that. But look at this. Look at this. I love this. I love it. I love it. All the colors when the white's not on there. Yeah, so lots of fun today. I'm really, really happy with these prints. They're all different and unique. And I hope I can get out there again, before the snow flies and make a few more, maybe with some leaves and grasses and things, just so I'll have some to play with over the winter. So that was that. And I have just a couple more things from the flea market that I got the other day when I got the paper Lollapalooza haul. I didn't show you these. Well, I got these 2 little Creatology crafting kits from Michael's. Somebody was selling them for like $1. And I got this wooden cat. I just opened these up to see what they looked like. Look at the little shoes. I love this. Love it, love it. I'm going to paint that up and use that for something. Don't know what yet. So this was $4.99. I got it for $1. But I'm sure at the end of the season, these were Christmas crafts. You can probably get them like 70% off anyway. And this one is another cat you can see in the package, but it's a felt cat. Isn't that cute? So I'll either make this, or maybe I'll make it with my grandniece if we have some time together. We can put together this little cat. It comes with all the little parts to make the sweater and the bow and the apron and the skirt. Very cute. And last thing. I got an Alice in Wonderland book. I know the cover's kind of beat, which makes it perfect to cut up. And this is the old one. I got this for $1. And it's got the vintage like woodcut illustrations. It has 42 illustrations in it. And I don't see a date. It says IJK-LMNOP. So I don't know if that stands for a date, if you understand the code there. IJK-LMNOP. All right. other than that, I don't see a date. But what I love about it is that it is the old type and the old, like, woodcut illustrations. And look at that. I just love these. The rabbit. Oh, look at this. Love that. I love that. I love that. So the book is falling apart. So I might take these pages and I don't know, I might use some of the text and illustrations in an Alice journal. Cheshire Cat. Yeah, so we'll see, but I love anything Wizard of Oz, Alice in Wonderland, all the old books I love, love, love. Okay, so that's it. So thanks for coming along today so I could share a few things with you. And I just want to wish everybody have a creative day. Bye-bye.